If a full-time teacher raising 3 kids can't afford breakfast, what does that say about the state of the so-called American dream? As a commentator, I've covered countless stories about inflation, wage stagnation, and economic policy, but every now and then, one story slices through the noise with brutal clarity. This is one of them. Meet Michelle Boyce Joly, a 37-year-old teacher and mother of 3 from Stevie Lewis County, Minnesota. On paper, she's done everything right. She got an education, secured a full-time job in public service, and is raising her family with love and grit. Yet somehow, she's drowning not because of bad choices, but because of a system that punishes ordinary effort and rewards extraordinary privilege. She earns $37,000 a year, a number that might have been enough 30 years ago, but today, it's not even enough to survive. Living paycheck to paycheck on a teacher's salary, Joly wakes up early, juggles the chaos of 3 young kids, teaches full-time, and then hits the road delivering DoorDash meals just to keep the lights on. Her life is a rotating cycle of exhaustion, second shifts, and cold leftovers. She eats only after feeding her children. This isn't just a woman working hard. This is a woman breaking under the weight of a country that has turned survival into a luxury. What strikes me most isn't just her financial struggle, it's the quiet dignity in how she talks about it. There's no pity in her voice, only realism. She doesn't see herself as a failure. She sees the dream failing her, and she's not wrong. The numbers are brutal, and they're not getting better. Let's zoom out. Boyce Joly is far from alone. 2/3 of Americans say they're stressed about their finances. 3 out of 4 say their income isn't keeping up with inflation. Since the pandemic, real wages have dropped adjusted for inflation. Americans are making less now than they did in 2021. The median full-time salary fell by over $4,000 a year, and over 8.5 million Americans, that's more than 1 in 20, are now working more than one job. This isn't laziness, it's economic desperation. Inflation continues to creep up, with the cost of housing and groceries devouring any wage gains. Eggs are expensive again. Gas prices are unpredictable. And if you're a single parent like Boyce Joly, there's zero margin for error. One flat tire, one medical bill, one missed paycheck, and you're in crisis mode. The silent collapse of the American dream. I always grew up thinking about the stereotypical American dream, Boyce Joly told CBS News. Own a house, have a yard, let the kids run free. And I think that dream is dying. Let that sink in. She's not some cynical Gen Z kid who never believed in the system. She's someone who tried to live that dream, and now she's watching it crumble. In truth, the dream was always a fragile promise, offered selectively and delivered unequally. But what's different today is how many people, teachers, nurses, public servants, are realizing that their labor no longer buys stability. The promise of hard work leading to a better life has been severed. We told people to pursue passion, give back to their communities, and invest in their children. But we forgot to make that life sustainable. A broken system, built by the comfortable boy's frustration, isn't just about food prices or long workdays. It's about leadership that feels alien and untouchable. A lot of the people making the decisions for us are wealthy, she said. They don't know what it's like to pay for gas with quarters. That line should haunt every elected official in America. This disconnect between lawmakers and the people they represent is fueling a broader disillusionment. Policies are made in echo chambers while Americans like Boyce Joly are counting pennies for cereal and skipping protein at breakfast. And it's not just about her. It's about the millions who feel invisible, unheard, and unsupported. So what now? There are 2 ways to read the story, as a tragic one-off, or as a glaring signal that something's structurally wrong. I choose the latter. If full-time teachers can't afford gas, if parents delivering food on weekends still can't cover rent, if middle-class wages are shrinking while living costs balloon, we are not in a healthy economy. We are in a system that's actively devouring its working class. And yet, stories like this rarely make it past a headline scroll. Why? Because we've become numb. Numb to the erosion. Numb to the normalization of financial instability. But we shouldn't be. Final thoughts. A wake-up call. We can't ignore Boyce Joly is not a fringe case. She's the new face of America's working poor. Educated, responsible, exhausted, and trapped. We can debate politics and policies all day, but here's the truth that should unite all of us. When a teacher can't afford breakfast, the system is broken. And until we fix that, the American dream will remain exactly that, a dream, sold in textbooks, betrayed in real life.